Hey ladies, welcome back to the channel, and I just gotta start off by saying thank you so fucking much to everybody that subscribed, anybody that watched, because today we are monetized. I met the requirements over the weekend to apply for monetization, so I wasted no time and applied right away Saturday morning, and when I woke up Monday morning, my channel is monetized. So what that means is you'll now see advertisements on my videos. If you're chill, you're not going to be turning on ad block. But this took me 10 years to do. This wasn't an overnight thing, and it wasn't always the content that you see on this channel today. So what I thought would be fun would be to go back through the history of this channel to kind of tell the story how we got monetized after 10 years. The first video that was uploaded to this channel was on September 11th. Pretty ominous day for a first upload, but it was for my song that I wrote called All Day, performed by the Dean Project, which was my band at the time. So this channel was created as a Dean Project channel, and it stayed a Dean Project channel for a very long time. But the first video was our music video called All Day. Now, I didn't think that our band was ever going to get to the point where we were putting out music videos and seriously touring the country and playing shows, but that's what ended up happening with the Dean Project. If you see right here, here's all the tour laminates from all the shows that we went on, all the fucking gigs we played over the years. But this was the video that started it all. There's me hunched over, no shirt required. We got our bass player, Ashton Rogers, over here, and back here in the porta potty, that is Dean, the namesake of the band, and he's playing Munchie the Nutcracker as a drum. Munchie was our kind of like mascot and also literal drum. Like we took him everywhere and played percussion upon him. So we thought it would be really funny as a concept. For this video, Munchie would be going on a date. So we got Christy, the lead singer and bass player of the band The Blatant Ripoffs that we went on tour with, to play Munchie's girlfriend in this video. So she threw on this wig, got some glasses, got her Sonic Youth shirt going, and yeah, fell in love with Munchie. Or at least convincingly convinced everybody. So the next couple uploads, was a promo for our upcoming EP, and then it was another music video for a song called Haven't Had the Time, and it didn't do as well as the initial video. So our first upload right away out of the gate, it's sitting at 2,200 views. And then our promo for Big Clouds came out, only got 154 views. Then we put out a video for Haven't Had the Time, and we're like, oh man, 763, pretty good. But then, like I was saying, we toured, and we have some tour footage to go through. And this is one of my favorite videos on the channel. It has 149 views. It was uploaded January 10th, 2013, and it's a set of us playing at a record store in London, Ontario. Now, we're not going to watch the whole set, but just enough to get the vibe of the whole thing. This is the same song of the music video that we just watched, All Day. And here you get to see Dean fucking playing the drums on Munchie back here. Yeah, it was just a really good time to be alive, you know what I'm saying? But that was the more stripped back version of our performance. What we did was played like, bars to a bunch of drunk people most of the time, and they didn't know what to really make of our fucking project. But this would be what it kind of felt like to go to a Dean Project show in 2013.
The angel called the poet out and left him in a heat. Let's see if you're singing the same tune.
I used to start every set with this growled fucking slam poetry just to get everyone's attention. Well, if we didn't have their attention already by strapping in a nutcracker as our drum, but then I'd get on the guitar and be like, our first song isn't a song. Just start growling poetry. But great times.
Well, the customer is satisfied.
But then eventually, I'd put on the guitar.
Okay, what's that?
And in this particular case, I even had the harmonica going. And we keep going through the uploads. It's another music video, another lyric video, and then my life changed forever. While on the road, on one of these fucking tours with the Dean Project, coming home, I was hit by a truck, not just like a fucking pickup truck, an 18-wheeler, a big semi, and my car was run off the road. I was driving, Dean was in the passenger seat. He did not survive the thing, and my life changed in an instant then. And this song here that I'm gonna be playing for you guys was the tribute song that I wrote for Dean right after this happened. Now I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but this is just like a really kind of pivotal moment in the whole life of the Dean Project.
Calling him Dean. He wore a lot of wrestling t-shirts back then. He didn't care to keep them clean. In that grade, I started playing in other bands as a drummer. It wasn't until the 12th grade we started this project, and nothing could be funner. Telling jokes poorly over offensive guitar frequencies. As Dino Mac struggled behind the drum kit frequently. In Toronto, I finished college, and Dino shows his face. We found Munchie in a hockey rink outdoors, and things began to change. We wrote songs, put out albums, got a car, and we toured. We named that car Betty. She was a shitty old Ford. Now Dino Mac, you rest well, and Munchie and I will move forward. Your name is forever engraved on our sword, the one that we'll use to chop down hate and our enemies. Don't worry, dude, I hear you. Your vibes, they're sent to me. Oh, we miss you, oh man.
Oh my God.
We all want you back. We sweetheart.
Oh man.
Miss you, oh Mac, your cough and your hack. We all want your bed, Dino.
Oh my God, yeah, so wasn't expecting for that to make me well up and cry right away, but that happened. Yep, that was like fucking 9 years ago now, man. That's fucking crazy. And anyway, at the time I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna let that shit slow me down. I kept on recording music, I kept on doing stuff, and I wrote this song before all of this stuff started happening, and finished it after all this stuff started happening, and realized that like it was all meant to be in this song, and it fucking trips me out anytime I listen to it. And I don't know if I want to listen to the whole thing, but it was a track that I wrote called Bones and Broken Stereos, and it's basically just about, you know, healing and growth and getting over stuff. And having a good perspective on stuff can mean the difference between a good time and a bad time. And that's all this song really is. So like, I'm in super madman character, as you can totally see. So we're keeping going with the music. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get a whole bunch of musicians to come in and play on my tracks. The Dean Project has always been just an acoustic thing. We've always been kind of trolls, getting on stage to make people see how much shit they can put up with. But we knew we eventually wanted to put together stuff that sounded cool that people actually listened to. So I got a bunch of my talented friends in a room together after this shit went down, and we recorded an EP called Pie Eater. And it's like some of the best sounding stuff I've ever done. Okay, yeah, we're not gonna listen to the whole song. We're just telling the story of the channel. You know, the music videos were still pulling in a couple views for the channel. That got like 1,300 views. And then I decided to merge my interests with wrestling because I love wrestling, and this was one of my first iterations of that. And it was a song that I wrote about a wrestler called CM Punk. I don't know if you heard of him. I also used to run this Facebook webcomic way back in the day, and this was it, World Wrestling's Entertainment, and I did a music video where I, you know, put the two together. Called Best in the World, a folk song about CM Punk.
He is an artist, a performer.
Oh yeah, and I animated the whole thing too. It took fucking forever. And it got nearly 2,000 listens. And you know, I kept doing the music thing. I wasn't really feeling it though, you know, without Dean. It wasn't really like the same sort of thing. Started doing like hip hop tracks and like it only got 56 views. I'm like, yeah, no, people aren't really vibing with that. And then, of course, yeah, I lost my girlfriend to suicide, and I wrote a song for her, and that you know, it was another painful thing about this whole era of my life. And then I stopped making music. I stopped doing everything for the longest time. As you can see here, there's a 3-year gap between uploads. From April 16th, 2015 to March 9th, 2018. And when I came back in 2018, I was like, I am gonna make a run as a YouTuber. And when I got started again, I wasn't sure if I was gonna incorporate the music back into the act, but I was still making music throughout the whole hiatus I was on. So I released like some hiatus EPs just to show you guys like what I was up to. And then here's my very first drama video. It was on the Mars Argo Poppy situation that went down. And if you're not familiar with that whole situation, well, you can go look into that. It's a whole fucking saga. That was like April 21st, 2018, dipping my toes into the drama sphere for the first time. But still, I'm not focused. I have no idea what I'm doing because my next upload after that is a book review that only got 25 views. Now my fucking book reviews were not like anybody else's book reviews. I didn't review the contents of the book. I didn't review the story. I didn't review the characters. What I reviewed was the physical attributes. How heavy the book was. How hard the book was. How fast it fell to the ground. You know, how the pages felt. Those were my book reviews, and I had a really good time doing those kinds of book reviews. So the Harry Potter one didn't do great. I started making music again. The song Fucking Give It. I was like, all right, yes, the Dean Project is back. We are a YouTube channel, so I'm not just like a band. In my head, I am a YouTube band right now. But during this time in my life, I was also doing improv. I was going to like improv classes and doing shows in like the comedy world to kind of get away from the whole music thing that I was kind of like traumatized by, you know? So I started to do like skits and stuff in real life, and then this was an advertisement to the fucking improv show that I booked for the first time. But then here we go. I'm like, I know I have something with these book reviews, so I started to do the book reviews again. Now, there's no focus whatsoever going on here. You're going from drama videos to book reviews to music videos to a full EP to an advertisement. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know how the algorithm works. I don't know what people want to watch. I don't know how to make thumbnails. I know nothing. I don't even know how to fucking talk to a camera yet. I'm learning all of this shit as I go. Trying to piece together all the fucking things I need to come up with a correct formula that's gonna work for this fucking channel. So here we are, 2018. My review for the fucking book Satanic Verses gets 683 views, but not very many likes. I think people wanted to fucking see an actual review on the book and not just me throwing it on the ground and being like, yeah, it's a pretty heavy book. I'm Dan, that's Munchie. This is the Dean Project Show. Full-on intro and everything. God damn, I had no idea what I was fucking doing. The front, that's pretty good. I mean, I kind of like it. Oh, yeah. Books that have, like, clothes. I'm really into that. Books with clothes. So I'm really into books with clothes. I'm really into books with clothes. Yeah, it's very awkward. It's a hard time. It's pretty cringy. But, you know, I was just learning how to fucking talk to a camera and how to fucking put something together and how to edit it and all that. So I gave myself a pass, but all this stuff, I'm telling you, as fun as it was to make and as funny as some of it is, it's not the best content in the world. But I'm still doing book reviews, book review. Yeah, I went on like a little book review streak there for a bit. And then, yeah, we're starting to do some fucking music videos again. But then on January 6th, 2019, right into the new year, I'm like, I'm a wrestling channel now. And I did a video on Tama Tonga, who is the wrestler for the New Japan organization. And then I went on to just cover wrestling topics. And then I finally felt comfortable enough to start talking about YouTubers and joining the commentary community, or at least in my mind. Now, I was not in the commentary community. The commentary community did not accept what I was doing. So this is what I used to do with the fucking commentary style videos. I used to do it with the guitar, and I would improvise a whole song based on a topic. If I was talking about a YouTuber I liked, if I talked about a YouTuber I didn't like, or if I was talking about about like a drama that was going on, I was using the guitar. And this didn't start off like I'm gonna do drama songs. This started off like I need music for my videos because I'm awkward and I'm not doing anything correctly in front of the camera yet, and I just need something to carry myself through this stuff. So that's why I picked up the guitar. And I meant to just like lightly strum it underneath what I was saying, but it turned out that I would just sing the stuff at the end of the day. So throughout 2019, I was just talking about Wang and Danny Gonzalez and Lewis Spears and Finn McKenty, Psych IRL, Anthony Fantano, Simon Miller, Tabasco Sweet. And then I don't know why I was on this streak. Like, it seems like I found focus, you know what I mean? Like, I know what I'm doing. My thumbnails still suck, my titles are still bullshit, but I seen focus now. Music video out of nowhere. Just like, what are you doing, buddy? And then back into the stuff about the YouTubers, but this time it was about Pruane2 Forever, who was a YouTuber from back in the day, and this thing did gangbusters on my channel. What I would call my first kind of viral hit. It might only have 8,000 views, but that's so much more than my channel is used to getting that I'm like, holy shit, this is the fucking shit. And the very first time I talk about Turnstile on the channel would be a very pivotal, historic moment as well, and that happened on April 18th, 2019. Now, I wasn't a hardcore channel at this time. I was still all over the place, as you can see here, and it looked like I was gonna be doing like commentary. So why the fuck am I now talking about punk? And I'll tell you why. Because in my mind, I was still trying to figure this out. I was in YouTube University trying to figure out what kind of content I can make. Now, on the internet, you're making content from content, pretty much. So I gotta talk about the things that I'm consuming in a way that's entertaining for other people, and this was just a way of me going through that. But then after that fucking Turnstile upload, I decided to put out an EP, an ad for the EP, and then 3 videos for the EP. Like, I'm still all over the place because now after the EP, I'm back to talking about drama, I'm back to talking about YouTubers, I'm back to being fucking a rise and fall guy with a guitar, which would be a concept that I think would work on today's YouTube. Oh man, people hated this video. People hated this video. This was the video where I learned a huge lesson, to tell you the truth, because my brain was like, what can I do a video about? Who is a creator that I haven't heard anything about in a long time? And it was Kasim G. So I was like, I'm gonna do a video about Kasim G. And I didn't do any research. I just turned on the camera and just said what I knew about him from the top of my head. And I got lots of feedback, 120 dislikes, telling me that what I was doing was bullshit. And goddamn, they were right. I watched the video and it is bullshit. I really should have been doing some research. But then I'm talking about H3 and Chris Van Vliet and Boogie2988, Belle Delphine. Yeah, 2019, I'm pretty much committed to this drama stuff. But like, it's not consistent, dude, because the video before that is I'm getting 93 views and 67 views and then 2,000 views. What the fuck is going on this channel? No wonder I was confused, and no wonder I was like, how do I find a direction on this thing when my fucking views fluctuate so much? But anyway, yeah, and then I'm talking about the Alinity situation, and then right after that I'm talking about wrestling again. It makes no sense that I'm talking about. Then I started to just cherry pick fucking creators to talk about to see what would work. Some things did, some things didn't, but my views would fluctuate from 1,000 to 300 to 95 to 70 to 3,000 again. Like, what am I doing? How can I get some consistent view counts on this fucking shit? But to be honest, I wasn't a good YouTuber back then. This stuff was all over the place. It wasn't well researched. It wasn't fucking well put together. It was just me learning and just posting this shit all over Reddit. So I understand why people were not vibing with this shit. They're like, this guy is fucking spurging out all over the internet. And this kind of topic commentary would go on until August, September, October, November. I had a good fucking 3 or 4 months where I thought this is gonna be what I do. But none of it ever really caught fire. None of it ever caught on. It was very inconsistent and frustrating. But for some reason, I would just stick with it. I would stick with it, and then some videos, I would get more than 1,000 views. And then sometimes Anthony Fantano would tweet it out, and I'd be like, okay, this is sick. It would be so stupid for me to pivot. So I'd keep going down this YouTube drama rabbit hole, and I would say it would be a mistake from day one if it was what I was actually trying to pursue. But in my mind, like I was saying, I was just learning stuff, and I didn't want to fucking lock anything in for 100% certain yet. And it was right around the turn of 2020 when I was like, I want to do topic commentary, sure, but I don't want to talk about the same topics that everybody is talking about. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you who had the best videos of the week. And it was still called the Dean Project, so I came up with this show called the Dean's List, or YouTubers of the Week. I would watch all the YouTubers' videos, and then I would tell you which ones were best, and had a ranking system, and at the end of the year, there would be a definitive YouTuber of the Year. And I started that in 2020, and I gave that a pretty good go as well. Some people really enjoyed the show, some people hated the show. You know, because it wasn't really that spicy. It was just my takes on what was going on YouTube. And if you didn't watch what I watched, then there was no sense in watching my videos, you know? But the view counts would fluctuate up and down through this fucking era as well. Like I get one video that gets 26 views, and the next video gets 100 views. What the fuck is going on here? But yeah, I stuck with that fucking YouTuber of the Week, Dean's List thing for a very long time. All the while trying to talk about topic commentary stuff like Joe Exotic and all this sort of bullshit cringe stuff that was going on at the time too. And we're like knee deep now in the pandemic. So I'm just like stuck at home making content, talking about shoes in one video and then talking about Moist Critical in the next video. Absolutely no focus. But then I dropped one of my channel's most popular uploads, and that's this video on Simon Whistler called I Don't Like This Creator. Because I knew I liked drama content, and I wanted my hand at like making a trolly, pot stirry type video, and this was my opportunity to do that, and it fucking did everything that I would ever want it to do and then some. Very stoked about that upload, even to this day. Even though it got massively disliked. It has 698 dislikes. I don't know if you can see that. Very proud of that. But still just like topic commentary, talking about YouTubers. I did it for a long time, like almost 2 straight years of nobody watching, nobody caring. Fucking something has got to give. So all the way up until August 2020, I'm still doing topic commentary to mixed results. And then on August 28, 2020, the most historic upload in this channel's history, the very first ever episode of Pit Pros. I didn't have a name for Pit Pros yet. I didn't know if I was going to be calling it Mosh Moments or Pit Pros, but after one conversation with my sister, we locked in Pit Pros pretty quickly. And it's kind of poetic that the band that I started this whole thing with is Drain.
Like a no barricade hardcore punk show, dude.
Goddamn right. So yeah, Pit Pros is now a thing that's happening on this channel. And from the time that I made this video, I knew it was something different. Nobody has ever done this before. What I'm doing is calling the action of mosh pits like it is professional wrestling, or like it's just, you know, unfolding in front of my eyes and I'm just making up a story from what I see. I knew nobody else was doing it. It felt so fresh while I was doing it. It got nearly 2,000 views, so I have no idea why my next video was a fucking video about how to get a feature on a song that you're writing. It makes no sense. And I knew that at the time. I was like, I fucking derailed all the momentum from that one video, and then I was like, I gotta fucking fix that. So then I do an episode of Pit Pros after that. But then it does really well. And then a video after that about the difference between an EP and an LP. What are you doing? There's no focus. What is going on here? And then back to Pit Pros, Pit Pros, Pit Pros. And it was this time here, I really should have noticed that something was going down on the channel. Now shit really would have taken off in September 2020 if I just fucking looked at this data that I have in front of me right now, where I got a 3,000 view video, a 4,000 view video, and a 10,000 view video all back to back to back, knowing this is what people want from me. This is what they're interested in watching. But for some reason after that, music video again. But it's starting to make sense to me because here's another episode of Pit Pros, and then a rant video where I go on about people buying lottery tickets. What the fuck? That doesn't belong here. 28 views. And then a fucking acoustic cover, and then an advertisement. But this is where it starts to kind of make sense to me. I'm making those Pit Pros videos, I'm making kind of video essays based on the punk scene. All this sort of stuff works together. This Canadian emo girl video was something I was very proud of. This video where I talk about Youth Crew style I was very proud of. And then right after that I start talking about another YouTuber. What are you doing? Stay focused. And then I'm making advertisements and fucking mini films. Like, none of this makes sense. Going from thousands thousands of views when I'm talking about punk and hardcore to literally 31 views when I do something else. Why the fuck was I doing what I was doing? It makes no fucking sense to me. So in this era where we have pit pros, we have these video essays about punk rock, there shouldn't be a video about Tana Mojo. It makes no goddamn sense. Pyrocynical should not exist as a topic during this era of my channel. What the fuck was I doing? So if you're a YouTuber out there, that's what you can take from this. When you notice that something catches fire like that, where you get a couple back-to-back big-time hitters after a weak one, you stick to that shit, man. You got something. Don't just start talking about sneakers and Tana Mojo all of a sudden. And then I started doing like music video reviews, but not hardcore or punk music video reviews, which is what I should have been doing. I went to the whole pop side of the world because I was thinking, more people listen to pop, I should be doing that. But what I should have been thinking was, nobody is doing that with hardcore. Nobody is doing that with punk. Make the content that I want to watch. So that's what I started doing. But not yet. Didn't start doing that yet. I don't know why. It didn't click with me. I'm still all over the place talking about YouTubers, talking about fucking Miley Cyrus. None of this has any sort of cohesion or consistency. Fucking Dixie D'Amelio? What? You're on a channel that has pit pros. What's going on with you, buddy? And it goes like a couple months go by before I realize, all right, pit pros is the thing that I like doing. And I start uploading episodes of pit pros again, but still doing fucking music video reviews. Don't know why. Even though they are kind of chunking in some people, they're not active viewers, you know what I mean? They don't give a shit about what I'm actually saying. And through all of 2021, I start playing around with different fucking shorts formats. I bring back the guitar as like a drama thing, but I'm still all over the place. Sure, we got pit pros happening, but then I was like, I'm gonna bring back the Dean's List. And now the Dean's List is back for some reason. What the fuck was I thinking? And like, okay, when I do a pit pros, I get, okay, like 500 views, and then an episode of the Dean's List gets 40 views. You goddamn know what's going down. But I fucking sure as hell didn't. I just like kept making video after video after video after video after video because I wasn't concerned about this stuff. I was concerned about like the actual making of the videos and the thumbnails and the titles, but even that, man, my game on all levels was not good. Yeah, still making drama videos. We're up to May 1st, 2021, just over a year ago, and I'm looking like I'm wrapping up the topic commentary stuff. No, wait, no, here it does, no, still doing the topic commentary stuff, but then here is where I actually consider the pilot episode to what I'm actually doing on the channel today happens. And it's this video right here called The Gamer's Guide to the Punk Rock Galaxy. This was the video that I knew every video I was gonna make from here on out was gonna be a punk rock video. Everything that I was gonna talk about was gonna be revolving around that scene. And my first effort was just a little essay that I did about how punk and video games are actually more similar than you'd think. And then I went on a bit of a video essay tear. I would take a week to research and write a script and put together a video, and I did that for a couple different topics. Did that for the Linda Lindas, did that for Fat Mike, did it for CM Punk. All the while, now I'm throwing in episodes of Pit Pros, and now it's starting to really make sense to me. This is a punk rock channel. And it was this video that kind of set that notion still in my head, was this video where I was calling a wrestler a punk because he was living like a punk lifestyle, but it didn't do great because it wasn't actually about punk. It was about a wrestler. So I was like, okay, I can't twist a topic to be about punk. It needs to be about the music. So I kept making like those video essays, but then this video essay, I put so much time and effort into this fall and rise of Refused, and it didn't do well at all, and I got so deflated, and I was like, I'm quitting YouTube, I'm so sad, and I came out with this, am I really quitting YouTube, I'm so sad video, where I cope and mauled about the whole situation, but I finally slapped myself together, and now I am focused. As you can see during this era, starting in September 2021, I have a very cohesive look to all these thumbnails. All these thumbnails look like they're part of the same channel. Looks like I start to know what the fuck I'm doing here. These look like pretty clickable things, and my view counts are now very consistent. 400, 439, 416, 982, 281, 1000. These are what I want to see. Then I'm getting views into the 6,000s. Nothing is dropping below 200 views. I know I'm doing something right here. And I start doing tier lists, start to bring in different styles of content. So now I'm doing the essays, now I'm doing the tier lists, now I'm doing the pit pros, and now I'm doing the reactions. And now I feel like I got all the different kinds of content that I can have to have a fully fleshed out channel. So I can like spice it up with some variety, but stay focused in the same niche. During this time, I was like, okay, I'm gonna fucking really nail down yellow as my color, and that's why you start to see all this yellow coming up in these thumbnails. But then 2022 happened, and my first upload was on January 4th. It was a Pit Pros about title fight, 500 views, and we are off to the races because this year has been fucking nothing but stellar for me. The thumbnails are all together now. The titles are all together. There's a cohesive theme between videos. It all seems like it's coming from the same creator. It doesn't seem so disjointed and all fucked up. You know, I'm getting into a little bit of drama here and there. It's starting to make me feel like a legitimate YouTuber, no big deal. But still, the thumbnails aren't great. I mean, they're okay. I like the colors. I like the fact that I'm sticking with the yellow, but I know there's still something I can do to make these thumbnails pop a little bit more. And that's when I start doing this thing where I am just taking a picture of my dumbass face and putting the picture of the thing I'm talking about in a yellow border beside me. And I'm like, shit, that works. But it's still not quite there. Like, it's not really popping that much. Still, I'm messing with the saturation and the contrast, and it's still not that great. Still kind of muddy. But then, boom. Here is when the first thumbnail, in my opinion, was actually nailed. It's this Have Tsunami Fallen Off video that's gotten 693 views as of uploading this. You got my picture here. You got the topic in the frame beside it. You got some text. You got an arrow. The arrows and the circles actually really work. And then you got this like colorful gradient in the background. Now I pop. Now the topic pops. Now the whole thumbnail as a whole is something people are actually fucking clicking on. So now we have our style. Now we have it locked and loaded, and today I am monetized. I'm so stoked for this 10-year journey to finally have culminated here today with you. But what does that mean for the channel going forward from here? Nothing's gonna change. If you've been watching since January, this is the channel that I will be running. I will be putting up Pit Pros. I'll be putting up what I call the zine show, where it's like a multi-topic thing. I'll be doing single topic videos where it's too big of a topic for the zine video. I'll be doing tier lists and reactions, and it's just gonna be a good time. If there's the kind of video that you want to see from me, comment down below. Okay, and that's gonna be about it. Thank you so much for watching.